My name is Adam Parker.
My name is Rebecca Dawkins.
I'm Bethany.
My name is Patrick Wilson.
Ben Landsverk.
My name is Kate.
I'm Barbie.
My name is Julie.
Emma.
Roy.
Deborah McKnight.
Olivia.
Abigail.
I love Voices Unlimited, and I feel like I'm accepted here.
You're listening to Artistry with Heart, a musician's wellness podcast. I'm Stephanie Lynn Bernards. Welcome, everyone, to our special holiday episode. Every holiday season, Artistry with Heart features a nonprofit that uplifts musicians and the community at large. This season, I am thrilled to feature Voices Unlimited, a nonprofit founded by Ben Landsverk and Carol Stady. Voices Unlimited is a choir serving adults with autism and other learning differences. Founded in October 2011 by Carol Stady and Ben Landsverk, Voices Unlimited has a mission of providing an excellent choral experience for adults with special needs, while also offering opportunities to socialize and develop friendships in a safe, positive setting. They rehearse weekly at the Multnomah Art Center based in Portland, Oregon, and regularly offer inspiring performances for the community at large. In just a moment, you'll hear from Ben Landsverk, who goes into great detail about the inspiration behind the creation of this nonprofit and the important changes that are being brought about thanks to the work they're doing. And even more importantly, you'll get to hear from the participants themselves so they can share about what this work has done for them and continues to do. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce Ben Landsverk.
I am so glad to be here.
I'm really stoked to have you again. I got to feature you specifically in an episode a while back, which was such a joy.
Thank you for having me.
And now we get to feature all the incredible people that you work with in Voices Unlimited, which is so exciting to me.
Oh, yeah, me too.
These voices really deserve to be heard, and I am just so grateful for the work that you're doing with them so that I can hear from them. It genuinely made my day to hear what they had to say today, and I can't wait for listeners to hear what you get out of this. So, Ben, can you just tell us about Voices Unlimited? Tell us about the inspiration behind it, what it's doing for its members.
Well, Voices Unlimited is Portland's flagship choir for people with neurodiversity, and we serve anywhere from 60 to 70 adults of age 21 through 81, I think, is maybe the oldest that we have right now, with all sorts of different neurodiversity, developmental disability, intellectual disability. A lot of our community is people with autism. A lot of it is people with Down syndrome. I started doing this work back in 2011, and there's actually a bit of a backstory to that, which is that my co-founder of this group, Carol Stady, who is, I don't know if she's that religious, but she should be a saint. In my opinion, she's absolutely one of the greatest people I've ever known. In 1984, I think she was working at Wells Fargo or something, and she's a very athletic person. And as kind of part of that, she got involved in Special Olympics as a coach, and she did track and field for Special Olympics for many years. Around 1984, she was doing her Special Olympics thing with all the people, with all the athletes, and she looked up into the bleachers and saw a group of people sitting up there, not participating in the athletics, but it looked like they were having a good time, and they looked a little bit like, they might be like kind of artsy people. And she thought, well, you know what? Maybe there should be something like this for the artsy people. Maybe there should be something like this for the drama people, for the people who want to be in plays, the people who want to be in choirs. She started Fame Academy in 1984. Fame Academy is still going, and it's an incredible organization. But in 2011, we had this very choir-specific group kind of branch off from that called Voices Unlimited. Carol and I started that, and we started, maybe with like 25 people. And over the 14 years, I can't even believe I'm saying 14 years that it's been around, we've grown in multitudes, and now we're a big old choir. And we do mostly choral music throughout the year, so we'll do, Christmas programs at like the Grotto, sometimes we'll do a lessons and carols service, like kind of like the traditional English lessons and carols. We do sing-alongs sometimes. We'll do, recitals, sing at retirement centers, just kind of one-off concerts. But then every year, or sometimes every 2 years, we do a main stage musical, which is always a huge highlight for everyone. I think the first one we did was The Music Man. And this last year we did Frozen. The year before that we did Grease, but we do it like with full theatrical makeup, costumes, production, band, projected backdrops. It's a real production, and we spend a lot of the year working on that as well. So we just meet every Saturday at the Multnomah Arts Center, which is where I am right now.
We're like a family. That's what Voices Unlimited
All about.
It's just happy times with good family friends.
I didn't have a lot of friends in school. I wasn't very popular, so knowing that I've made a lot of friends here is really nice and helpful.
What I really love about being a member of Voices Unlimited is that it gives me like a sense of purpose. It gives me a feeling of I'm a part of something a lot bigger than myself.
What I love about Voices Unlimited is that all the friends that I've managed to make since I first moved up north 11 years ago, and the singing has helped me with my voice tone, and the acting in the musicals has been wonderful. I've been in 9 plays so far.
I love that all of us are all together as one, and we all do the musicals, and we like to perform together, and I think it's a very special thing for Voices to have, for everyone to share about their talents are, their musical ability.
Whenever you've been here for quite a few years, it just, this place really just does become you. It becomes your sole identity.
I love to sing. I love to sing. I sigh to sing. I sigh to sing.
Tell me about how you got into Voices Unlimited. Like, what was the inspiration for you to be a part of this?
That's a really good question. Well, I grew up with a younger brother who has autism and spent a lot of time working with him. John, who's also interviewed in this program, is an absolutely incredible singer and musician. Sang with me for many years at a Pacific Youth Choir, which is one of the great kids, high school choirs in the Pacific Northwest. When he graduated from high school, being kind of where he is on the spectrum, and at that time, there weren't as many opportunities for him. So he got involved in that Fame Academy that I was talking about earlier, that Carol started, and found that he just loved the community, loved being around people that he felt in community with. And I want to say it was like around the time I stopped working with Pacific Youth Choir, I applied for a job at Fame Academy, and I got it. And I hadn't had any experience doing anything like that. But I also thought, hey, I'm just coming at this being like a choral conductor. Like that's all I'm armed with. And I gotta say that I learned the most profound things I've learned about community and making music in community from people with neurodiversity. So much of it is about being able to connect. When you're working with a big group of people, it's not like you have a bunch of individuals. It's like you're zeroing in on one energy, and it's a challenge with this community, but it's also like the best challenge ever. In kind of wrapping my head around that, I learned so much that helped me with working with neurotypical groups. But one of the things that really powers that connection is simple respect. I come at every rehearsal the same way, whether it's something like Voices Unlimited, or if I'm working with a professional chamber choir or the low bar chorale band or anything. Like, there's an underlying feeling of humanity and respect that you have to have. If you talk down to this community, they will not give you the time of day. They'll write you off. But if you come at them eye to eye, it really, really, really changes the game. So that's something that I first learned when I took that job at Fame Academy, and I found that I was loving it so much. I was especially loving just working in the with the kind of mass choir aspect of it, it's forced me to think artistically about what's the product. You know, is it a perfectly in tune choir? Is it a fun experience? I mean, it's not that those have to be different things, but it's like, how do I use this instrument to connect emotionally with everybody? It's also a matter of knowing like when to kind of draw it out of people and like kind of coax, you know, artistry out, and when to just get out of the way and let them do their thing. Like there are some people in voices, like as far as like comedy and acting go, are just the funniest people I've ever seen, you know, and I don't have to say a thing. They are just gonna do like they do a rehearsal. It's different, but it's funny in its own different way. But so it's taught me a lot about the wisdom of when to direct and when to almost be directed by what's going on and let them kind of take over. And I think that any good director understands that kind of push and pull. Any kind of good producer understands, you know, like you've got to leave room for the group magic.
How come it really feels like that only me and he are like singing the men parts? Like
the other, I can hear other people singing it too. Let's all try it together. Here, let's hear it. Let's hear shepherds and wise, and they also should be kind of nice quiet. Let's try it. Just you guys. Actually, opposite side. Okay. 1, 2.
We do musicals, and that's always fun to do.
Yeah.
We just got done doing Frozen. I got to play Middle Honor.
I don't think I've really had stage fright since I've had a lot of experience with this.
Well, I just really like coming here and seeing all my friends and singing and being in plays.
What do you love about music?
Happy and soulful.
Makes me feel good.
It makes me happy when I'm sad.
Yeah, it makes me happy too. It really calms me down. And when I'm angry,
I find it joyful and entertaining and helps keep me energized.
Oh, my favorite part is getting to sing with all of you guys. Music brings me like happiness and joy.
What I really love about music is that the power it possesses. When times are tough, sometimes music can be a really good coping mechanism. Like it gives you the chance to express how you feel, whether you feel joyful, sad, angry, or just like whatever other emotion you may feel.
It makes me inspired with different kinds of music and different music we do here that brings out the artist in us.
You can listen to music when you're angry or sad or scared or you had your heart broken. Like there's a lot of different expressions that music can play.
And what do you love about your community?
All the friends I've made here, and I love being in musicals, and I love singing at the grotto.
Music just means it all to me, really. I love dancing. I love singing. It's just who I am meant to be.
I gained so much from the little bit I got to hear from each of them. They're just really beautiful souls and talented too. And it's just so awesome that there's like a place where they can go and
Exactly. And I would also say that, you know, the skill gradient here, the range of skills is very, very wide. You have some people who can not just match pitch, but could like tell you like what the frequency of a pitch is just by hearing it. Like, you know, you drop a quarter on the ground, they could tell you it was like 542 hertz or something. Yeah, I'm making that up. But like, then you also have people who have a lot of trouble matching pitch. We have some people who are actually nonverbal in the group who don't sing, but are part of it. Sometimes they sign. Sometimes they are just there on stage kind of being a part of the thing. But the whole point is that it's inclusive of all of that. The amazing thing, I think, to me, is that in creating that kind of a community, the level of mutual respect that the members all have for each other, they all love it equally. And does everybody want the lead in the play? Sure. Yeah, they all do. They all do. But you know what? They only want that for like 1 week. Once it's all established, everybody's good. And like we always say, there are no small roles, and it takes everybody. It takes the whole village to make it happen. And it really, really, really does. Like, I see leadership happening from the people who are in the leads, not prima donna, not diva stuff, but actual leadership, helping people who maybe need the help. I mean, the way that the community functions is beautiful, and it's unlike most neurotypical communities, I would say. And I wish that more neurotypical communities could be like this.
What way is that?
Respectful, non-hierarchical, lateral in the way that things work. Nobody thinks they're above anybody else. Nobody thinks they're below anybody else. Everybody is kind of in the same place at the same time, all literally working together. And I think that's something that people with neurodivergency understand more than neurotypical people. And I think it's really important for sustainable community.
Absolutely. So in a way, it's this relationship where they're getting so much out of being participants in Voices Unlimited, and you in the audience is getting so much out of the gift that they are just by being who they are and teaching us so much. And so it's that really beautiful, like, win-win on both parts.
It creates its own really special space.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it reinvigorates my hope for humanity. Can you describe to me what neurotypical communities look like in contrast to neurodivergent ones?
Gosh. Well, I think everyone is different, of course. And I don't mean to diss anything. I just think that it's a difference in the way that people interact. A lot of neurotypical communities have like a leader and they're very top down. And a community like this relies much more on volunteerism and on mutual support and on people kind of really having each other's backs. I was just thinking about earlier today when we were interviewing students, we'd set up the chairs, like we'd had them in a choir formation, and then we took them and made them into a circle. And it wasn't like one person being like, okay, this has to go there. That's like everybody just kind of like worked together to put the chairs into a circle. And it happened so efficiently. And it happened so beautifully. It's that spirit of teamwork and spirit of mutual respect without there being like some kind of chain of command or anything like that.
Well put. Tell me where donations will go when people give.
They will go 100% to program, 100% to, we are a volunteer-powered organization. Everything that we do is around providing the space for the students to do their thing, the theaters that we rent for our plays, creating experiences for students. We don't have a big staff or anything like that, and we don't need it.
Why should people care about Voices Unlimited?
It's doing a real service for society. I mean, arts access in and of itself is a service to society. I really believe the cultures that put art at the highest level of their cultural value pyramid are the societies that thrive the most. They are by definition anti-fascist. And when you offer arts access to as many people as possible, especially the people that most likely would not have it, because a lot of people in Voices, they end up kind of falling through the cracks and at the margins of society, but to bring them in, especially to the arts, is, I think, a very powerful societal statement. I think it's something that is to be supported. It's like supporting arts education. It's supporting culture. I mean, supporting Voices is just like supporting the symphony or the ballet. I mean, it's to support these things is to put cultural value at, again, the top of that period in the arts.
Yeah, somebody said earlier that music makes me happy when I'm sad, and for some reason that just like made me cry. It's
pretty profound.
Thank you for sharing and for what you offer to the community through Voices Unlimited. I hope that everyone who listens to this episode is changed for the better by hearing from these incredible folks. I know I am. I've included step-by-step instructions in the show notes on how to donate to Voices Unlimited. So if you're looking for an amazing nonprofit to uplift and contribute to this holiday season, Voices Unlimited is a wonderful option that is making the change in the world we all wish to see. That's all for now. Wherever you are, I hope you're somewhere warm and cozy and that you feel safe in your body. From my heart to yours, happy holidays.
He